everybody, welcome back to the 31 Days of Horror. I am your host, Moon616, and thank you once again for stopping in, guys. Yeah, welcome to day 6 here on the 31 Days of Horror, Volume 4. And we are going to take it all the way back to the 80s once again here from the year 1987 with a film called Beyond the Seventh Door. This was released by Intervision, the sub-label of Severin Films. And this is one I've actually had in the collection for way too long. I was kind of going through the collection looking for films to review, and I came across this, and by chance I was like, I can't believe I forgot about this film in my collection. That's why I never watched it. So kind of the problem with collecting way too many movies, sometimes you actually forget what you haven't watched. So this one right here is a classic exploitation film. I don't know. This is one I'd always heard about. I remember buzz about this one years ago. I remember being on lists of films to be released and shit like that. I believe exploitation.ca or .com, whatever it is, had this one listed. I remember reading on it years ago. And then to my amazement, Severin, Intervision, actually ended up releasing it, so that was really damn cool. Obviously I wasn't too excited to watch it though, because it took me this long, but that's besides the point. But anyways, this one right here is starring Laser Rockwood. He is a Yugoslavian actor, and we'll get into that in a minute, but getting into the synopsis of this movie. Basically, it's about his character, Boris, who meets up with his ex-girlfriend, played by Bonnie Beck. Her name's Wendy in the film. She is now working for a really huge millionaire. He lives in this huge castle and stuff, and he knows that, you know, he can probably convince her to possibly rob this guy. So of course she's reluctant at first, and then she decides, hey, why not? She's sick of being an in-house maid for him, and let's rob the shit out of this guy. So they do that. They go to the castle, they break in through this door, and lo and behold, the door locks behind them, and a voice comes over the PA, and now the games have started. So now they are forced to work their way through 7 doors to get to the treasure. So that is the synopsis of the film. Now my thoughts on this one. This is a very interesting film. It's very low budget, of course. I believe it may have been shot on 16mm just by the look of it. I couldn't find the actual specs or what it was shot on. It's not shot on video like a lot of these Intervision releases are. No, this one's probably shot on 16mm. It's got a very small cast. It just has the 2 actors in it, Bonnie Beck and Laser Rockwood, which is kind of interesting. You know, it's them 2 holding this down. Now, this film only runs 77 minutes, and I have to say the pacing is fantastic in this movie. They don't fuck around at all. You get introduced to your characters, and we know that he's an ex-con. She's an in-house maid, and, you know, and they're gonna rob some, you know, this mansion and shit. It wastes no fucking time. I love how this movie, you know, once you get into this mansion, you know, it doesn't waste too much time in each room. It's very kind of, you know, perfectly spaced out in time. And the best thing about this movie is the performance of Boris, played by Laser Rockwood. Man, this guy is something else to look at. Now, how he gets a leading role is absolutely beyond me, because he's about 39 years old in this film, and he looks about 55. He looks like a crackhead, to be honest. But his English is so bad that it's just pure hilarity to hear him spit these, you know, these words. The dialogue in the film is so funny. But on the other hand, Bonnie Beck is like actually pretty decent in this film. So it's like this very tantalizing duo that you got. You can't stop looking at this guy and witnessing his performance, and then she's actually quite beautiful, and it's just beyond belief. It's one of those things that you have to see because they're on screen the entire film. It's so much fun. I had a blast with this. Of course, you know, the rooms and the games that they have to play and stuff, it's definitely a lot more low budget than something like Saw, of course. But, you know, in my opinion, this may have been the inspiration for something like Cube or Saw. Who really knows? I mean, I'm sure there was films even like this before. I'm not 100% sure, but this one could have been the inspiration. I'm just going to go out and say that. Yeah, probably not, but it's very similar to those type of films. You know, the music is actually pretty good in this. Even the acting by, you know, Bonnie Beck was really good. So, but it has this very bizarre feel to the film overall. It's one of those type of films where you just can't stop watching. It feels like, you know, his performance is a total train wreck, but you can't stop watching. It's like, I just can't stress enough. It's so fucking bizarre to me, man. Very, very bizarre film. I mean, how he got this leading role is a little bit explained, because the director of this film actually is a Yugoslavian-born director. I guess Yugoslavia is now Croatia, part of Croatia, I guess. But that kind of makes a little bit of sense. But this would never ever happen like a big budget film, to be honest. But yeah, Beyond the Seventh Door, yeah, it progresses really, really nice in the film. I actually love the pacing in this film. And to top it all off, it has a fantastic twist. It really does have a great twist, man. I thought it was awesome, you know, and then it's just, you know, straight to the point, film ends, and you're like, oh, yeah, that's pretty awesome stuff. I had a blast with this. Definitely give this one a shot if you're into low-budget cinema, Canadian exploitation, I guess that doesn't really matter, but look at this cover art. Beyond the Seventh Door, that cover art is fantastic. Really, really enjoy that. 7 out of 10 for this one. Go out, check it out. Really cool stuff. Not really a whole lot more to say about it, besides that it's a lot of fun. And if it doesn't convince you from the synopsis, just check it out for Laser Rockwood's performance, because you gotta see it to believe it. It's absolutely fucking hilarious. There's actually a scene towards the end in one of the very last traps that just had me, I don't know if it was like planned or supposed to be directed like that. It almost made me feel uncomfortable watching it a little bit. It was just, I don't know what was going on. There's just no plausible way that this dude would ever be with this hot chick and whatever. But very, very cool film. Absolutely love the shit out of it. It's pretty cool stuff. So that is going to do it for day 6, guys. I'll see you tomorrow in day 7. And as usual, deuces!